my name is Tanya Hutzel, and I am Courtney Horton's stakeholder. I'm a 5th grade literacy teacher at M.D. Williams Intermediate School in Pocahontas, Arkansas. It has been my privilege to work with Courtney this past 3 months.
Hello, my name is Courtney Horton. I am here to talk to you today about how to improve reading in schools. This is a huge, vital impact to our school. Without having reading, everyone suffers as far as multiple subjects go. The Pocahontas Public School District was formed in 1892. In 1966, the school segregated with the colored school that was in the same town. According to SchoolDigger.com, out of the 480 elementary schools, Pocahontas M.D. Williams ranks 303 out of the 480. Also, we have a report card that the state gives out, and our school has an average of 70.87. That is a C average. The project purpose is to identify why reading is important, specifically to M.D. Williams, and why it is declining. We are not increasing. We need to figure out how we need to fix this. The purpose is an effective solution to help students gain the ability to read better, improve test scores, and gain a better school report card. Problem identified. Students have little to no phonological awareness. The school is suffering. Test scores are down. State scores are down. We have a poor report card. In turn, state can come in and take over our school. And we can then lose our administration and have state come in and completely revamp how we do things. Individuals who cannot read live a poor lifestyle. They cannot vote because they can't read. They don't know how to apply for a job. They cannot perform the necessary duties that a person would need every single day. Society is affected because the higher paying jobs are not fulfilled. The GDP rate is also declines. So in turn, you can see that this is very vital. I used 2 different types of research methods. I used qualitative and quantitative. The qualitative was an employee survey that was sent out to all of the employees of M.D. Williams. That meant whether they were a part of the teaching staff or if they were support staff or even administration. The quantitative method was the ACT scores. We pulled from all the ACT scores for the last 3 or 4 years. In the employee survey, the questions I asked was, what was your role in the school? Meaning, what part do you play in the students' lives every day? How long have you been in education? Teachers that have been teaching longer will notice the decline more than somebody that just come in. They will notice that things have changed, how much our teaching regimens have also changed. Have you noticed the decline in your students' years of teaching? What subjects do students struggle with the most? And do you think the testing children for disabilities are too lax? Meaning, do we not test them for something that we think they might have? Is it just swept under the rug? How are you helping your struggling readers? What do you think can be done to help promote reading in schools? Do you give incentives in your classroom? Does the school give incentive altogether? What is the biggest thing you've noticed children struggling with reading? Is it phonics, phonological awareness, just comprehension, things of that sort? Should phonics be taught in preschool? This one's a tricky question because in our school, it is ABC funded. So therefore, it's not the same curriculum. But can those teachers go in and actually teach a little bit of the phonics? Yes, they can. How can this be changed in our curriculum? What can we do as teachers to help change this so that our students can get a better grasp on reading? The survey demographics, 64% were teachers. 28% were paraprofessionals. Paraprofessionals help the teachers outside of the classroom with the reading. They help them break down. They do as much as they can under their teacher's discretions. 32% responded that they had been in education over over 16 years. That means they have seen so much change in those last 16 years. 24% have been in education for 11 to 15, and 44 have been in education for 10 or less. There are several teachers that have been in and not seen as much go on. What subject do you notice that kids struggle with the most? 96% say they struggle with the reading the most. 44% say they struggle with writing, and 40% say they struggle with spelling. Even though these three are kind of collectively combined in the area, if you don't get reading, spelling, or writing, you cannot get math or science. You cannot read a written math problem, a word problem. You cannot read that to understand what you do. So therefore, they just look at numbers and think that they know what's going on. 84% of school personnel has noticed a decline in the student's ability. That could be within the last year, that could be within the last 10 years. 40% of teachers feel like testing disabilities is often too lax. I know firsthand I've seen several teachers try to get some kind of disability testing done, and it's not getting taken care of. Is it because we're dropping the ball, or is it because we're not identifying them? Something's going on here. 72% agreed that phonics should be taught to preschoolers. That means we take this a little step further. We either do it in kindergarten, starting when they get in the building, or we start before they ever reach kindergarten. 56% of respondents believe that students struggle with phonics. The basic sounds. They can't look at a letter and tell you what that letter sounds like. 30% believe they struggle with comprehension. They can read a book all day long, but if they don't understand it, they do not know what they read. This is something that may not be able to be taught as well because we've not trying to get them to understand it is going to be more in their brain. Majority of respondents believe reading in small groups and phonics intervention is a way to help students become better readers. So an idea that we might take is take our classrooms and break them out to tiny groups reading a story. Maybe then that they can help each other. Take the higher end students and the low end students and combine them. Don't put all highs and all lows. Respondents believe that phonics in grades K through 2 and reading out loud to students are an effective way to help struggling readers. Should phonics be taught in preschool? Again, this is that touchy subject. 72 of respondents believe that phonics should be taught in preschool, but 12 feels like it should not be, and 16 is maybe. When asked how it can be changed, responses include proper training and include preschool as a requirement, meaning preschool becomes part of our K through 12 education. It's required that you send your child to preschool. Right now it's not required, so therefore they can totally skip preschool and start at kindergarten. Right there is a major, crucial learning point for a child, and if they don't get the backbone to it, then they can struggle a little bit. 2016 to 2018 cumulative reading test scores. When I took the scores and averaged them out, they were all below 140. The max you can score on the ACT Aspire is 460. 2017, the scores were also below 140. 2018, majority of scores were over 140, so therefore it was a little bit higher. When you take a look at the charts that we used, the gray is when they have met readiness benchmark. For all 3 years, they're most needed of support. Our students are struggling on the ACT Aspire. Our proposed solution: begin teaching phonics earlier in kindergarten. Teach phonemic awareness and phonological awareness as well in kindergarten through 2nd grade. Don't start at 3rd grade. Provide an incentive of $150 to a teacher that has met their goal. So therefore, we take our classes and we set them up on an incentive. If our students have met a goal for that student can get an $150 incentive. The $150 incentive goes towards classroom money, so that they can use towards their classroom budget to buy more supplies, that may be more readers for their books, for the children to use, more supplies to teach phonics, anything that they need to help the kids out. Provide an incentive to show the students that we also care. That could be extra recess. That could be a pizza party, class party, something of that sort, that the students will get engaged and they will want to do this. Implement RISE initiative at Alma Spikes. Can this easily be incorporated into daily curriculum throughout K through 6? Yes, it can. Minor changes to MD Williams because curriculum has already been purchased for RISE. Our teachers are already going through RISE training. And improvements bonus can incentivize rather easily, since the low budget of $150 per year, for each teacher that we want to give it up, we may do a max of 5 teachers. The top 5 teachers that get the goal, they get the extra money. Solution cost, it's very, very budget friendly. Only an incentive of $150 per teacher per school year will need to be added to the school budget. This is something that could be pocket change to our school budget. No additional funding will be needed because the incentive for the students, because this will be extra recess time, extra play in the gym, something of that sort. No additional cost curriculum is needed since MD has already purchased RISE training information and is going to the training at the co-op. Urgency. Given the fact that students are struggling and the test scores are down and our school is on the verge of being state takeover, this needs to be taken care of immediately. Incentive can begin as early as Christmas break, so we may start this after Christmas break, or we may start it next school year. Depends on how our school board and superintendent principals think it would work. They will also have to approve it before we can go on. Thank you, and do you have any questions, Ms. Etzel?
No, it was very informative. Thank you very much.
Thank you.